G'day, welcome to another episode of Roots, Blowers and Detroits. So yes, it does look like I've snorted a couple of lines of coke and got it everywhere, but no, I didn't. It's just giving the grinder a bit of a test with the flapper wheel on the back. We ripped off some more paint off the back, so I've just actually welded in this patch for the tank. Now I'm going to just run along the bottom here. There's a whole lot of porosity in some of this stick welding they've done. So I'm just going to go along now, dress all that up, and get all the coke off the back here. But yeah, as you can see, you can't see any of the porosity. I've ground most of it out now, but there was all a whole lot of porosity across there. So you might see a bit on this side here. You can see some here. So, and you can see where the sheets are got to join. There's the lap. So need to weld all that back up properly. I've ground that out though, don't forget. So, but I'll just dress that off a bit more with the flapper. Then we'll be at this side. But that's another story. And now I'm going to get in there with a needle gun. So I'll sand this back. I'll get this welded up now. Try not to get you up too far upside down. Got me fucking professional welding stool. Definitely hydrated. Ready to go. So here we are. Yeah, all right. I'll see. Don't think aluminium's very good for magnets, but we'll see. We'll have a go. We'll see how that goes. Now I've found the GoPro. I had a boys look, not a girls look this time. Was in the fridge that was in the boat that I'd taken home with all the other gear in it that I was looking for. Anyway, we got it. Yeah, you shouldn't sniff so much white dust. It's not good for you. I don't want welding sparks in that. Here we go, eh? Here we go. It's actually burning in a bit more than what I thought. Might some knife. Get this down a little bit on the welder. It's been pretty weird, some of this metal to weld on this. It's been not really so wonderful, but I'll see. That's shit. Pulling more shit. Actually pulling a lot of dirt out of the weld. I might have to go along, weld it a bit, get some of the shit out and then grind it back out again. Anyone's got any good ideas on good ways to get the shit out? I know probably getting the oxy out and heating it up would be nice. Any other easy ways? Oh, full of shit. Oopsie. Now that I've got the GoPro set up, you get to catch all my fuck ups. That is not welding nicely at all. Let's see what happens up here. It's quite ooh, my nozzle's a bit blocked up. The hard part too is I'm outside. Nice with the gas either. Well, I thought you'd see me putting my hand around it to try and stop some of the gas disappearing. better, but not great. It's quite there's quite a few holes in it there. Anyway, I'll keep having it. I might have a grind at this, and then this doesn't like the unless they've welded it with something funny, I don't know. But it should. Everything else is welded pretty good, so I think it's just dirt in the and shit in the weld, in the material. Alright, so I'll have a bit more of a tack and I'll come back. Okay, so had a bit of a go. I found with my glove shielding it a bit more with the glove and trying to get the little breeze that's moving really quite whatever awkwardly around the back of the boat. So I'm going to give myself some more gas in a minute. I'm only on 15 litres a minute, so I'm going to give myself a little bit more. Grind this out. There's a couple of ugly ones and all this ugly shit, and have another crack. Hopefully that will clean up some of the shit. Ear fluffs. No coffee mug today. I think it's out working at the sand quarry. Oopsie. Right, I'll weld that up, there we go. So I had a bit more of a crack, but the winds just kept picking up and giving me a bit of grief. So I got that one done. I haven't got much further, so I'm gonna just abandon that. I've abandoned that for the moment. I boarded myself up. As you've probably seen earlier, that was all eaten away by the prop, so I've welded that in, filled that up, pad welded that. A few squiggly ones out of the wrong direction. So, and then a couple of little craters here. So at the moment, now I'm just onto this side, but water's back. We had water there in the beginning, it was leaking and then it stopped. Now it's leaking again, so I'm going to open this up. I've got a hole down here. So I'm going to try and unblock that. If I can't unblock it, I'll stick the gurney up its clacker. Just a welding rod I bent up just to get up the hole. I actually don't know what's in here, so I'm gonna have trouble welding this, so I need to get the water out. So I don't know whether I just run a cut with the grinder down there, put the disc through it, cutting disc, open it up and just see what's in there, and if there's anything bad in there, well, we see it. If we don't, if there's not, there's not. The 1mm cutting disc is really nothing much to weld up, so I don't know. I gave it a bit of a tap with the welding hammer and the point, so also in a few other spots. There's a bit of a crater there, so I'll weld that little one up. This looks like something's been there before. A little tiny divot there, I'll weld that up. I just ground it out. There's another bit of a crater there. I've ground out, ground out around here. There was a stud here, and there's another stud here. So I obviously had those for anodes, but I'll weld that up. I'll weld up around this one. I'll put some new ones on, and I'll get some 309 rods and weld those on, weld some stainless bolts on, so at least they're replaceable later on, or at least they're easy enough to get undone. There's another crater there, a couple of little ones there, so I'll get the grinder. I actually been using some little worn out wheels for these ones because they just get in there and make the crater not ginormous, and just get in there and grind them out, so nice and clean to weld. But anyway, I might run the cutting disc down here first, and we'll have a look, see. What do you reckon? Can only get welded up. Yeah, I probably should have a guard on the grinder, I know, but I've been flapping and sanding, it's just a pain in the ass with that on. Goggles on, muffulators, here we go. Seem very salty. It actually seems to be fresh water. Now they did used to put fresh water in the back half of this boat for ballast, so I'm wondering if water hasn't leaked through into this keel area. I'll try and cut down here a bit and see what happens. Water down there. Definitely not salty. A little bit salty, but salty as it's seawater, so obviously it has to come from the outside. Well, all we can do is cut a slot, weld it back up. The wind's blowing that way, so I'll put the grinder on this side and cut it at an angle that way. Joy. I don't know what to do now. Anyway, so I'm sure everyone doesn't want to sit and watch water pour out, but it's not good. Anyway, well, it's not bad. We'll fix it. I'm sure that plug there leads into this cavity, so at worst we'll cut a hole in the top, look in there, repair it, fix it. It's not an issue. It's not a great disaster. I won't need a GoFundMe to fix it. Well, I drilled a hole in the bottom, get the water down there, and I drilled a hole up there. Where is he? There he is. Put some air in, now he goes faster. And we'll see how much water's in there, eh? Obviously, quite a lot. Lots of fun. Anyway, it is what it is. Patch weld up any holes. Now I'll do all the plugs and start throwing in all the pluggy bits and yeah, fun. So I'm now going to just weld up these few divots. We've got going on down here. So this one over here. I'll weld that one up, weld the one up over there. Not gonna touch that. This is still leaking water. As you can see, one here. All you want is to go to the toilet, but no time for that. Yeah, looking back in my head, I'll have to edit that, but that's a pretty nasty weld. There was a fair bit of undercutting and shit in there, so I can grind that out and have a good look at it because it didn't weld nice at all. And we're still drizzling. So I've got that ground out there. Got these little ones ground out, so I'm going to knock them out. Quickly buzz those little suckers out. Okay, so we've been flapper wheeling, helping to get some of the paint off to make the blasting not cost as much. You know, it's a budget coming out of my pocket, so you can, as you can see, there's some of the craters, but like which we knew were there. That's all right. We'll weld them up. There's one of the patches we put in. So we've just been going along sanding all that off at the moment, and I've also been just welding up some of the deep craters. So you can see I've got to grind them up, but all the way across there's little craters. Some messy welding. Upside down stuff is really fun, and then the wind comes. But anyway. But yeah, so we're just knocking those few. So I've started here. So I'm pretty much working from here along this side, and then I'll come back and do the other side. I'll just do the same. So last weekend, the other day I opened this up. There was a pinhole, which we knew, and there's a whole lot of water in there, fresh water. So it's like from when they've had the back lazarette full of water, it's leached into the bottom. So I've got to find out if there's a hole up the top in here, so which leaks into here. So I'll have a look. I'm going to try and design a bit better seal, or sort of plastic bearing, so brass like we thought it was. Use a standard type skeg bearing, but put the seals back up behind it and modify the mounting bracket to keep the water out of the tube as best as possible, and keep the front one a bronze one and just grease it. I'll have a permanent grease gun on it, so just grease it every time we use the boat. A couple of squirts, done. So anyway, back to it. So this is the other side. Yesterday I just welded up the holes and repaired the plate. A little bit of porosity that come there from the wind, so I've got to ground that out. I've got to fix that up. But this is the plate. You can see pinholes from the inside of the water tank in here. So I've welded up a few divots that are on the side there. So another bit done, and so next is into there. Better go and get a torch. Actually, I'm going up there now, so you'll see a bit more. So there's one there, another weld out, plug. This bigger plug just there. There's another one to weld over there, it's under that tap, which goes really nastily into the water. So I'll have to weld that up. So it goes half through the tank, right there. So we'll weld all that up. You can see I've welded on the inside, and I weld that other plate there. So I'll weld all that up properly. And a bit of a crater there I'll fill up while we're in here. And then get in here and bang out all those little bits of rusty, flaky shit and clean that up. Which has fallen off quite easily yesterday, so it's pretty straightforward. So we'll clean that up, and then we might even do a water test, I think, before I actually paint it and make sure, once I've welded all the back in, make sure it's all watertight. I'll put the door on again. Cleaned up, but then it'll be all Jotun 412, which is the potable water stuff. I'm going to weld this out now. This is the patch on the port side water tank. I'll weld this in now, weld the outside. I'm going to weld the inside up. This corner here will be a little bit, I have to make sure I get a good weld in. There's a bit of a cut in there, and I'll do it on the outside here too. But other than that, we should be good to go. So, just next for, I don't know. I'm trying to give you a bit of a this. And it spins around. So the screw comes loose and it goes bang. Alright, let's weld this out. Most uncomfortable place, I can tell you. Fucking ribs. I think I'd rather be fucked by a butt plug from Brute Pig than sit on these things. But anyway. Fuck them assholes. So this is, I've been welding up some of the, whatever it is when the water heats out the steel. I'll think of it in a minute. Electrolysis. So I'm just welding up some of that there now, and then the inside in here. There's a little bit in the bottom here as well. So I'm going to weld that up. Clean it out with a wire brush. Not the best, but welding okay. So I'll give it a go. And the next bit in there with the extractor later, drawing answers beautifully. So anyway, here we go. This will all get sealed with the Dothan 412 for the water tank, so shouldn't have any trouble again with electrolysis in here, hopefully. And we'll have our nose on the boat too, so that should stop a lot of the shit. Good thing about the big point squirt, fuck, it's good. Stick welding is great and it's really nice, I do like it, but this is for ease and tight spaces and pushing through shit, it's a go. See, it's a bit gnarly over here. Best looking weld, but I think we can do something with it in a minute.